Ever pondered how humans went from trudging around on foot to zipping around in autonomous vehicles? Well, let's embark on a fascinating journey through time to understand the evolution of transportation, a key facet that has shaped human society. In the beginning, our ancestors had to rely on their 2 feet to get around. Yes, you heard it right. Walking was the first mode of transportation. They would trek for miles and miles, carrying everything they needed on their backs. Imagine that. But as you can imagine, this was not the most efficient means of getting around, especially when distances were vast and burdens were heavy. Another early form of transportation was swimming, or more accurately, floating. People would use logs or rafts to cross bodies of water. It was risky, sure, but it was also a necessity, given the world's abundance of water bodies. As time passed, humans began to innovate. The invention of the wheel was a game changer. It was a simple concept, a circular object that could roll, but it revolutionized the way we moved. Suddenly, heavy loads could be transported with ease, and distances that once seemed insurmountable became manageable. But the wheel was just the beginning. As humans domesticated animals, they found another means of transportation. Horses, donkeys, camels, and even elephants were employed to carry both people and goods. It's hard to overstate just how much this expanded our horizons. Deserts, mountains, and vast plains that were once barriers now became highways. So, there we have it. The dawn of transportation wasn't about high-speed trains, jumbo jets, or self-driving cars. It was about human ingenuity and determination. It was about finding ways to make life a little bit easier, a little bit more convenient. It was about pushing boundaries, exploring new frontiers, and opening up the world. So, from merely walking to employing animals for movement, we've made quite a stride, haven't we? Imagine living in an era where a journey across the ocean took months instead of hours. Now let's take our minds back to the age of sail and exploration, a period that revolutionized the way we see and interact with the world. This age was marked by the development and refinement of sailing, a mode of transportation that played a significant role in exploration and trade. Sailing vessels evolved from simple rafts and canoes into the complex structures of galleons and caravels. This evolution was not merely a matter of aesthetic design, but a testament to the ingenuity of shipbuilders who crafted these vessels to withstand the harshest conditions of the sea. The invention of the compass was another leap forward, setting a course for uncharted territories. This tiny instrument, often taken for granted today, was a beacon of hope for sailors lost in the vast expanse of the ocean. It enabled them to navigate with precision, guiding them towards new lands and opportunities. These advancements in sailing and navigation were not just about conquering the seas. They were about connecting societies, cultures, and economies. The age of sail saw the exchange of goods on an unprecedented scale. Spices from the East, gold and silver from the New World, textiles from India, all exchanged hands across the globe, creating a web of interdependence that persists to this day. This era also heralded the dawn of global interaction and cultural exchange. Ideas, religions, art, and even diseases crossed borders with ease, shaping the world as we know it. The world became smaller, more interconnected, and far more diverse. The age of sail and exploration was a period of discovery, risk, and adventure. It was an age that challenged the known boundaries of the world, pushing human ingenuity to its limits. It was an era that saw the world shrink and expand simultaneously, as new lands were discovered and old ones were connected. The age of sail truly opened up the world, bridging gaps and connecting continents. The echoes of this era reverberate in our modern world, reminding us of our shared history and interconnected future. Scene script. Can you picture a world where steam was the supreme power source? Imagine stepping back in time, when the chug, chug, chug of the steam engine was the rhythm of progress, the soundtrack to a transportation revolution. The steam engine, a marvel of the Industrial Revolution, was more than just a machine. It was an agent of change that reshaped the landscape of transportation. Born from the ingenious minds of inventors like Thomas Newcomen and James Watt, the steam engine transformed the way the world moved. This clever contraption harnessed the power of heated water, turning it into steam, which then drove pistons to create mechanical motion. Simple in concept, yet transformative in application. It took the raw power of nature and tamed it for human use, and in doing so, it set the wheels of progress in motion, both figuratively and literally. The first railways, with their iron horses powered by steam, were a sight to behold. They raced across the countryside, cutting through mountains and bridging rivers, connecting towns and cities that had once been days or weeks apart. The world suddenly became a smaller place. The journey from Liverpool to Manchester, a tedious coach ride of over 4 hours in the early 19th century, was reduced to a swift train ride of just over an hour. This was a monumental leap in the realm of transportation. And let's not forget the impact on sea travel. Steam-powered ships freed from the whims of wind and weather could now sail against currents and winds, bringing predictability and speed to oceanic voyages. Trade flourished as goods could be transported faster and with greater reliability, creating a web of commerce that spanned the globe. The steam era brought about a transportation revolution, shrinking distances like never before. It was an age that set the stage for the transportation marvels that would follow, proving that with every puff of steam, with every turn of the wheel, we were charting a course towards a future where the only limit to how far we could go was our imagination. Ever wondered how we transitioned from steam power to soaring through the skies? Our journey through the evolution of transportation brings us to the birth of modern transportation, marked by the invention of two key technologies, the internal combustion engine and the airplane. The late 19th century brought us the internal combustion engine, a revolutionary invention that would change the world of transportation forever. This engine, unlike the steam engines of the past, worked by igniting a mixture of fuel and air inside a cylinder, causing it to expand and push a piston. This simple yet powerful mechanism was compact, efficient, and could be used in a variety of vehicles from automobiles to boats. As the internal combustion engine gained popularity, it spurred the development of the modern automobile. Now, transportation wasn't just about moving goods, it was about personal mobility. Individuals could travel at their own pace, on their own time, experiencing a newfound sense of freedom. The automobile industry exploded, shaping cities and cultures around the world. But the revolution didn't stop there. Just as the world was getting used to motorized vehicles on the ground, a daring new invention took flight. The airplane. The idea of human flight had been a dream for centuries, and in the early 20th century, pioneers like the Wright brothers turned that dream into reality. The airplane transformed transportation yet again. Now, distances that would take months to cover by land or sea could be traversed in mere hours. The world became smaller, connections became stronger, and our perspectives changed as we saw our planet from a whole new viewpoint. But the influence of these inventions didn't stop at personal transportation. Commercial transportation was revolutionized, enabling goods and services to be delivered faster and further. The world of commerce expanded, economies boomed, and life as we knew it was forever altered. From ground to air, the advent of engines and aviation changed the face of transportation. As we continue our journey, we'll see how these inventions paved the way for the transportation marvels of the 21st century. Stay tuned because the ride is just getting started. What if your car could drive itself? Welcome to the future of transportation. In the blink of an eye, we've gone from the hustle and bustle of oil-guzzling cars to the quiet hum of electric vehicles. The shift towards electric cars began in earnest in the early 21st century, with companies like Tesla leading the charge. These cars, powered by electricity stored in rechargeable batteries, offered a cleaner, more efficient alternative to their fossil fuel counterparts. But the evolution didn't stop there. As we embraced the electric revolution, another transformation was silently taking root: autonomous vehicles. Imagine cars that drive themselves, reducing human error and potentially revolutionizing transportation as we know it. The concept might sound like science fiction, but it's closer to reality than you might think. Companies like Waymo and Uber are already testing self-driving cars on public roads, bringing us one step closer to a world where our cars do the driving for us. The potential of these technologies is immense. Electric cars could drastically reduce carbon emissions, helping us combat climate change. Meanwhile, autonomous vehicles could make our roads safer by eliminating human error, which accounts for over 90% of all car accidents. But what does the future hold? Well, how about flying cars? Or perhaps teleportation. As technology continues to advance, the possibilities seem endless. Hyperloop, a high-speed transportation concept proposed by Elon Musk, could make cross-country travel a matter of minutes. Meanwhile, advancements in AI and machine learning could lead to fully autonomous vehicles that can navigate any road under any condition. As we stand on the cusp of a new era in transportation, one can't help but wonder, what's next? Will we be hailing self-flying taxis in the next 10 years? Or will we be stepping into a teleportation pod for our morning commute? In this rapidly evolving world, the only certainty is that the future of transportation will be nothing short of extraordinary.